Hello, welcome everyone. It is me, Danielle Carmelita, your favorite tarot reader and astrologer. Venus is entering the sign Taurus. It's going to be its home sign. So that means it's going to be extra strong. And this is the moment of pure magic, okay? Especially if you are thinking about earthly beauty or things that are lasting long time, things of substance and material. Tangible physical material. Okay. In this video, I'll walk you through the key aspects of Venus in the sign Taurus and what it means for us. I'll talk about the dates that you need to watch out for. I'm going to break down what this transit means for all the 12 zodiac signs. So that means we have horoscopes. I'm also already pre-pulled some tarot cards. So I have that sitting here just for us. And yeah, and we'll talk about how this shift is going to affect all of us collectively and individually. We'll explore how Venus and Taurus invites us to ground ourselves, find pleasure, and move through these cosmic currents. And hopefully, we'll do this with grace, you guys, and with comfort, because that is what Taurus is all about. So, if you are here to know all that and some predictions, then stay tuned.
3, 2, 1.
I love you.
First, because my Scorpio moon can help myself. I wanted to bring to the table, after putting this video together, something just came to my heart and I'm like, I have to say this. Okay. So as Venus enters Taurus, I want the collective energy to ask yourself, first of all, it's going to ask us to slow down or make us slow down and reconnect what brings comfort and stability and true pleasure. And Venus in Taurus is going to honor more of the physical world. And that becomes more tangible items, just so you know. And also what we value in our own personal worth, like what is our self-worth and the art of patience and cultivation, right? So this transit invites us to not only, because Earth energy, especially Taurus, is here to bask into the luxuries, not as much as Leo, but just the tangible and physical items, but also for us to tend to our own garden, the garden of our lives, and nurturing what truly matters and finding joy, even in the small things that are of quality, not quantity. And releasing the pressure to compare ourselves to others is what this really brought me to as I was researching this. And I have a quote from a book here, and I can't recommend this book enough. It's called Oneness, and it is by Rasha. I don't know if you can see it through the glare. There you go. It's called Oneness, and it's called Rasha. I know they sell this at Barnes and Nobles. Okay, I'm pretty sure they sell it at Amazon. I think I purchased this from Amazon. I don't know if you can get this from. Hopefully, you can get this from a small bookstore as well. But it just says Rasha, Rasha. It's an author, no last name. But in there is a quote actually, and let me read the quote to you. That's where my bookmark is, and check out my bookmark here. How pretty. Talk about the tangible items. It's two women with beautiful makeup and head wraps, and it's very colorful, and it's giving very Gemini vibes with the rainbow and full of color. Anyway, but here is the quote, and this relates to Venus and Taurus. Okay. There is no room for judgment in this process. For each of us is here for our own journey and not for the timing of others. Resist the temptation to be seduced by your own ego and its need for validation. For the truth you seek lies not, sorry if you hear any noise, but the beeping and alerts, but for the truth you seek lies not upon the path of another, but within your own personal process of emergence. And I was reading that this morning, and it made me think of the Taurus, Venus and Taurus journey, because Venus, when I explain everything, what it means, Venus, the planet, and Taurus and energy, and the two of them coming together, there is going to be the strong need of greediness and being really into the materialism and also gluttony as well. So I do want you to understand that will be a heavy focus while Venus is in Taurus, every time Venus is in Taurus, but your journey is your own. And when you are focus on the material, I want you to understand that you are on your own journey, right? You are writing your own book. You're your own individual book, and you have to let go of the comparison. So you have to let go. If you don't own a house, they own a house. You got to let go. If your car is messed up, their car is not messed up. They have the most amazing body. You don't have whatever it is. the insecurities of it all is, but you need to find your own rhythm of growth and beauty. And as we embrace this Taurus grounded self-worth energy, we are asking ourselves to trust what we are building individually. Okay. And slowly and steady wins the race, not fast. And I need to turn all my alerts off. Not fast, will bloom in its own time. Okay. Yeah. So think of this as I'm going through the whole video. And I do heavily recommend that book. Now, before I get started, I want you guys to give me my flowers, even though I already kind of started. If you are craving a deeper dive and want to explore how Venus and Taurus themes show up in your chart and how it works on you with real life, this is freaking annoying me. If they don't stop texting. Anyway, but how this shows in your chart and you are loving this. You're like, oh my gosh, I really love this. I love astrology. I love what she's talking about. I'm here for it. This resonates with me. Then I want you to join my exclusive community. Now, I know a lot of people have communities. I know everyone talks about a group. I want you to understand the reason why people have Patreon for the most part. The reason why people have Patreon and exclusive clubs, one is because you are not, there's the power of censorship, and Pluto is in the sign Aquarius, so we are censored with the things that we say. Also, this puts more of the power in my hands, far as like the finances and the content that I have control over. I'm very free over there. Okay. It's also, I'm sharing a lot of bonus insights. There's exclusive horoscopes. There's group things happening within the group of the collective that I can talk about more intensely. Okay. So there's more intense stuff over there. I'm able to unpack the cosmic energies a lot better without having the pressure and the limitation of what I can say here. Anyway, but click down below. Here's some things that I have for my most recent posts. I just ran them off here. I just went to the group and was like, okay, what are the most recent posts? Or things that I've have on there. It says what astrology reveals about your self-worth according to the rising sign, which is so important because we are discussing that, and Venus and Taurus will also push that out a little bit further. So that is one of my recent posts that I have. And I also put, this is according to Venus, how to soothe yourself according to your Venus sign. So we also have that. Jupiter and Gemini is almost over. Here's what you need to know. I have that on there. How to become Ibrahim Traore. I don't know if I'm saying his name right. I do have a picture of him. I did a whole natal chart reading that is not on my paywall. I mean, that is public for you guys to watch. So I do have that, and I went more detailed and how this affects you, how you can be your own Malcolm X, basically. Anyway, also have a recent post on money guidance, and it's a tarot reading, and there's more details on how you can achieve more finances and how you can be rooted in wealth and have abundance that lasts. I have a post on that. So it's very amazing. That's just some of the stuff that I have related to Venus as well. Wait, hold on. What? No, I have to check. Bye. No, I have to check. And you can clean the restroom too. Did you clean the restroom? You clean the restroom? Okay. No, I have to check. Thank you. When I'm done. Bye. Get out. You're interfering. This is motherhood. Thank you. Okay. Also too, and if you want some free stuff, if you're like, I don't want to pay for anything, I get you. I understand. Everyone has their own financial situation. You can subscribe to my channel to get more, hit that bell, but also to and here we talk about the real stuff. Okay, it's a real tea about astrology. But also, if you want some more free stuff, I have a newsletter that's completely free. It gives you the weekly transits. I also have some bonus tips with the weekly transits and big transits on there too, so you can join my newsletter where I break that down every week. Okay, so yes, so don't forget to do all that due diligence. Let's talk about Venus. Okay, first we'll talk about Venus. And first of all, the moon, Neptune, and Venus, they're all very feminine energy, and they represent the feminine principle, just so you know. Okay, Venus is the muse, it's the lover, it's the beautiful one, it's the archetype of inspiration and passion and beauty. So you all know that, right? A lot of people know that Venus represents a woman. Venus also represents the team. It's the beloved and also the independent woman as well, represents youthful, radiant figure and affection, all with the self-possessed woman. It represents grace. It's the ability to give and take because you have that harmony, you have that balance, right? Venus is also representing the culture as a collective. So it rules art, it rules fashion, music, and design. Okay, Venus is a temptress. It's the one that is like, oh my darling, you're Is she a whore? Okay. The femme fatale is Venus. It rules seduction, temptation, and the shadowed side of desire. Also, too, Venus can get a little phony, okay, because sometimes Venus is the ruler of Libra. And not saying that all Libras are phony, but there is that aspect because they want the harmony. They don't want to ruffle any feathers, so they can't separate themselves from others, and often masking the deeper side instead of because they don't want conflict. Okay. Also, too, anything we're craving, anything we're longing for, anything dealing with impulsivity, with love and friendship. The sugar is the substitute for sugar. Craving for sugar as a substitute for love. Venus is the energy too. Pleasure and anything dealing with our sensory enjoyment. So, like I said, sugar, anything that tastes good, anything that we touch, we smell, the sight of, all that is Venus. So, any of the artists or people who have jobs that are about painting, design, anyone who brings beauty, architect to the world, that's the strong Venus energy, okay? People who bring beauty. Oh, I said, sculptors, actors, even actors could be somewhat beautiful, or beautiful women or beautiful men. That's very strong Venus, okay? Venus is also about worth and the power of attraction. Remember, I talked about worth at the beginning of this video. So it's like things that we worth, things that we value. Be careful because it could be excessive consumption. It could be overspending. It could be very superficial. Always thinking about the material, not thinking about anything more of depth and deepness. And Venus also is about balance and harmony, value and worth. We know she knows her price and her pleasures, what she'll accept and what she won't. Is very Venus. Okay. Also financials, finances and money. Also, Venus rules that. So the stock markets, especially in the sign Taurus, luxury goods, agriculture, and real estate, the industries that we see some movement here is what we get with Venus. Also, to intimacy. What else do we have? Shallowness. I said earlier, greed, right? When Venus is out of balance, she becomes obsessed with the surface beauty. She becomes obsessed with social status and endless consumption. Also, very tempted, addicted to amusement, easily seduced, compulsive, trapped in cycles of pleasure seeking, but is never satisfied. Okay. Venus is also very lazy. Okay. Jealousy, snobbery, deprived. Venus becomes jaded, restless, and manipulated when denied real beauty and connection. Venus is also in charge of socializing and celebrations and parties. Also could be leading to some drama and some gossip, or maybe some beauty standards that could be causing some tension for all of us. And trust me, I'm one of those, so I'm not judging with the lace fronts and the glue, or putting on something too tight, or wearing those Spanx. You can't breathe. You end up having what is that? Whenever you wear something tight, whatever, I forgot what it's called, but all that is standards causing beauty tension, and that is that Venus being off whack. Okay, so I did say the harmony, right? Peaceful and negotiations and compromising. That is Venus too. I tried to give you everything that Venus represents. Now, Venus is the ruler of Taurus, so I mean it's at home in Taurus. So the sign is all about savoring some life pleasures. Taurus is also the energy of a farmer in a zodiac. It's the time where the planets take root and become strong. It likes routine. It's the task in the life of Taurus energy is to preserve, develop, and enjoyment. Okay, so that is what Taurus is about. I'm trying not to say and I'm very aware that I said it several times, you guys. Help me out, okay? Let me know. Venus also rules the neck and the throat. A lot of singers are really strong with the Venus aspect because it does represent that beauty, the beauty of talking and all the stuff. Poetry is a little bit more Pisces, but just the singing, I said the is very Venus. Venus is security and enjoyment. I said that stability, practicality. I mean, not Venus, Taurus. Okay, I want to let you know I'm talking about Taurus. Taurus doesn't like, it's an earth sign, so it likes things very stable and grounded. Taurus also is a fixed sign, so it doesn't like changes. Okay, it anything of change, it feels very unsettled and unhappy. It has a strong sense of money, material success, and wanting to possess it all. Financial security, economic security, grounded as a collective, steady with the economy. I'm trying not to move fast. Material world is very Taurus energy. The value system is very Taurus energy. We as a collective are more going to be more aware about the awareness of money and our resources and what we own. So you're talking about the farms, the banking, the stocks, the real estate, steadfast growth and persistence. Taurus energy as a collective will be affecting our endurance. Slow and steady wins the race with Taurus. Take longer to manifest things with Taurus, but things that are lasting is more quality with Taurus, okay? And again, earth sign, so physical things are very strong with Taurus, craving for the simpler, slower pleasures. Very Taurus. So, like Venus in Taurus is very much like a home cooked meal, really into the ingredients of things, the quality of things, gardening, nature, comfort focus, hobbies, being very comfortable, the smell and the taste and the touch and the music, all of it connected is very Venus and Taurus. So you can be joining a party and all of the senses are aroused in a very positive way. The gift of patience is Taurus, okay? Enduring and persistent is Taurus. Decisive and practical. Taurus is about getting things done in the real world, not in la la land, okay? So while Venus is in Taurus, get ready for a lot of tangible results in everything that I named under Venus. So when it comes to the finances, when it comes to shopping, when it comes to parties, when it comes to relationships, when it comes to love, thinking about long-term things, okay? Resistance to change, and also very traditional and conservative. Okay, it's like this is tried and true. Why are we changing it? It's very stagnant, very stuck, very loyal, very possessive. Likes to monopolize and possess everything. If I have not said that enough. What else do we have? Negative things about Taurus energy alone. Addicted to ultra conservative approach because it's very stuck. It wants its comfort zone. Doesn't want anything. If you guys know a Taurus, a true Taurus, you know that they don't like any surprises. They will be true detectives to make sure you are not surprising them. They are the type to read the emails. I just want you to know that, the Taurus, because they don't want any surprises. A slave to instinct, lethargic and lazy, jealous and greedy, driven by a need to own and hold what it loves. Patient, but in extremes can slip into apathy, tolerating too much for too long. So apathy is when it's like now you've lost boredom because you have waited way too long to do it. Slow to warm up and stubborn. Patience is in a so intolerance can lead to, oh, I said that, lack of interest. I said that it's the loafer, a person who is idle all the time. Taurus energy, okay? So it's like, okay, are we going to get this going as a group? We're here. It's like if you go to a party and you're like, when does the activity start? Everyone's just idle. Okay. Also, gluttony, overindulgent, stubborn and inflexible, recklessly self-indulgent. Okay. So during Venus and Taurus, it's also, you guys, I don't want you to, love yourself when you mess up, as far as your diets and your eating habits. Taurus loves to just have the sugar, loves to have the bread, loves to have the donuts, loves to have the ice cream. So have patience with yourself. Okay. Also remember it's very slow, so it really thinks about the long term. While Venus is in Taurus and you're thinking about your beauty, your body, your aesthetics, that's more Mars. But when it comes to the health and moving, getting stuff done, well, Mercury too. I do want you to understand that while Venus is in Taurus, to have patience with yourself and to really focus on the long run of getting things done. Okay. So Venus in Taurus, even though I talked about all this, so it can be a little redundant because Venus is the ruler in Taurus. And because it's the ruler of Taurus, that means that things are going to be extra potent. Taurus energy is going to be extra strong. Okay. And this is going to happen. I have the date, right? I said the date. This is going to be June 5th. Okay. So June 5th, we're going to really feel it strong. I just want you to know that. Okay. So really grounded in sensuality and pleasure, comfort food, nature, beauty, slowing down, having timeless beauty though. All the finances and value system, Venus is what we naturally attract. So maybe we'll be attracting some investing and money and long-term things. Okay. Loyalty and steady relationships. Beauty in a physical world adores natural beauty, fresh flowers, soft fabrics, earthy colors, nature walks, home cooked meals, and pleasure of just being outside in a garden. Okay. Physical affection and sensual comfort, romance that is rooted, not rushed, consistency and reliability in relationships, investing in wisely, finding long-term security, reevaluating what we truly value, quality over quantity. All that fast fashion might be changing while Venus is in Taurus. Maybe, or maybe you'll be greedy and say, you know what, I want it all. Okay. I'm slowing down. Beauty, I said that. Okay. And let me see what else we have. As far as finances, people may be more cautious when it comes to money, or they'll be overspending, one or the other. Okay. Financial markets will slowly be growing but we'll talk about the aspects unless it has a negative aspect. Collective shift towards saving, investing, and seeking stability. A return to natural, classic aesthetics in fashion and home decor, and collective interest in sustainable practices. Buy once, keep forever. This also makes me think of like when you're decorating your home, you're going to be reducing some stuff. You're going to buy, this is too cluttered. This is just too much over here. Actually, things are too cluttered. Let me take my bracelets off. Things that are too cluttered, just doing too much, and yeah, clearing things out because you want it to be very clean and beautiful. Okay, Venus, again, overindulgence, jealousy, greedy, possessive, holds on to what is yours, not resistance to any change. Okay, reconnect to the body while Venus is in Taurus. Honor loyalty and simplicity, quality, things that are very simple, and cultivate beauty that lasts in your homes, in your relationships, in your creative work. Find joy in what's familiar and what's tactile and what feels good, what soothes you, what grounds you. Remember, I said I did a post on the Venus signs. Yeah. Okay. So let me bring up to, let me bring the chart up here so you can see the dates here and how this is going to affect us. We're going to move to January 5th here. Now, before we actually even get to January 5th, I do want you to understand, first of all, Venus. Okay, wait, no. Before we get to January, before Venus even enters Taurus, okay? So on the 4th of January and slightly on the 5th of January, you see that it's at 29 degrees in Aries. And you see here it will be also sextiling Jupiter at 29 degrees of Gemini. So June 4th is very important. I want you guys to understand 29 degrees and two very positive planets. Okay, Venus, very positive. It's a benefic planet. Jupiter is bigger. It's the biggest positive planet. So the planet of luck and expansion, and they're both at 29 degrees. They're forming a very harmonious sextile. Energy is very positive, is very energetic. 29 degrees. There's a closure. There's something that's decisive before the energy change. It's very final, it's bold, and you're dealing with money, finances, art, our social values. All that is going to be good. So bold decision makings or discussions or starting a new idea or new collaborations, a fresh start. You're very passionate. There's a connection and there's courage when it comes to love. Venus in Aries wants excitement and directness and honesty in a relationship. And Jupiter brings that playful energy. It's very talkative. It's very clear in its communication. Also very curious. So you could be having some bold conversations, some flirty banter, fresh connections. There's creativity here. There's opportunities for beauty, money, and pleasure, new ideas and bold decisions, loving this self and putting this on a platform and it really being published and going around the world and people understanding it. And you actually get something that if you put the work out there, when you have a sextile, when you put the work out there, make sure when you put the work out there, people are going to actually you're going to be getting a reward. Okay. So whenever you have a sextile, it basically means that you have to do the work. God made great weather. And now you have to go outside and take advantage of that great weather before it rains. Okay. Now he put the great weather out there, but if you choose to stay in the house, you're not going to get the blessing. So the sextile means on June 5th, this is at 29 degrees. This is very positive. Two planets are talking to each other. They're working with each other. What are you going to do? You have to put the work in. Okay. This is involving with something with communication. This is also involving with something with pure love and self, the love of self, or something new or something brave, something very courageous, or something that's very multitasking or having multiple love, because Gemini likes to have all of it, darling. Okay. So there's something that's dealing with a communicative aspect or multiple or duality, and it's also dealing with the self. So take advantage. It's very good luck. You put it out there. If it's something that you are comprehending now, then know that it will work. But it's something with conversations. It's something with beauty and finances and pleasure. Okay. So that's what we have. It's about taking a leap of faith. And this is the last chance, right? Let me have a sip of water before I go into the next thing. I hope you guys are comprehending. And this is going to be June 4th. Also, too, I want you to understand that your Taurus is in charge of Uranus when it hits as you see here. Taurus now has entered the building. Venus has entered the building, and this is at home. And now it's also in charge of Uranus. Now, okay, so what does it mean when Venus? Yes, yeah, Venus is the ruler of Uranus, okay? I want you to understand that this is basically Venus is the house and it hosts different signs. And Taurus is at home here. So Taurus has been around the world traveling and now it is back home, okay? Venus is the guide, Venus is the host, it's the dispositor. It also is the dispositor of Uranus, okay? Because Venus is the ruler of Taurus, Venus is ruling Uranus because it's in the sign Taurus. Okay. So Venus, when it has a strong aspect, as I go over the dates, and it could be negative or positive, that affects Uranus. Okay. Uranus, it affects Uranus's mood, the power, and the focus that Uranus is trying to focus on. Okay. It's very harmonious. When it's a harmonious aspect, like a sextile or a trine, and I will let you know. Then it's very supportive, it's beautiful, and that means Uranus won't be so shocking. It'll be just revealing some stuff. Now, when it is Venus is acting up and is not happy, which I'll talk about that, then the shocks are going to be very intense and strong. And it's going to be like, oh my God, what happened? Okay. Uranus can stir things up, but Venus sets the tone. Okay. If Venus, okay, well, let me see if I have my notes. Okay. Uranus disruption energy feels more supportive, beautiful, and socially accepted when Venus is positive. When it's negative and it's like in a challenging aspect, then it's going to be more chaotic, stressful, or at odds with what we value. The independence of Uranus is going to be too harsh for us. Okay. Now, Venus not only sets the tone and is the guide for the influence of Uranus, but it's also going to soften Uranus in the sign Taurus. Okay. Uranus has an edge, if you didn't know, and it feels more like it's worth keeping some energies. It's going to anchor us, it's going to add some pleasure. Uranus is a planet of disruption and innovation and freedom. And now Taurus is involved here because, Venus is involved with Taurus, and now it's like beautiful relationships, comfort, money, finances. Like, hello, be a little soft, okay? Be a little feminine, Uranus. Calm down, okay? Shake up true value systems. What could be happening here are traditional values and new trends in fashion and art and design. AI with art. If you haven't seen AI, I used AI the other day to design and decorate my home. That's very Uranus and Taurus, by the way. Digital beauty, innovative wellness and practices is when you have Uranus and Taurus. But I just want you to understand Venus is the ruler of Taurus. I mean, yes, Venus is the ruler of Taurus. Uranus is in Taurus. So whatever Venus is, when Venus is acting up, okay, when Venus has some bad juju, Uranus got bad juju. Okay. And Uranus is in charge of unexpected events. Uranus is bringing something original and new to the table. It's very adaptable and flexible. Those energies will be negative when Venus is in a bad aspect. Okay. And it's like saying, so Uranus is like saying, okay, it's all good in the hood. We can do something. You got the scented flowers, you got great tasting food. But then when Venus is acting up, it's like, okay, you got roaches, the sheets are itchy. I got a rash. You know what I'm saying? This is what I'm saying. Okay. So now let's get on to the dates. And I want you to remember that this Venus in Taurus is not just acting up with Venus, it's also acting up with Uranus. Okay. Now, on the 9th of June, let's move on over here. On the 9th of June, Venus is in a negative aspect. So what does that mean? Uranus is not happy, okay? Venus is in a negative aspect with Pluto. It's squaring Pluto, and that is on the 9th. Pluto is a planet of transformation, power, and intensity. It's retrograding in a rebellious sign of Aquarius, okay? The square is a force of change. The square is exposing the truth. So there's intense relationship issues. There's some money dynamics involved here because remember, Taurus represents the money, Venus represents the money, Taurus represents the banks, Taurus represents the stocks. Okay. And Taurus is the bullhorn, right? And what's in front of the stock building? The bullhorn. Okay. Pluto in Aquarius wants radical transformation, freedom, and power. And it doesn't want to cling to the old. It wants something new. So the square can expose power struggles, jealousy, possessiveness. Pluto is also in charge of the deep fears, the things that are very dark, the shadow sides. So there can be some intense conversation, something that could be brought up that's investigative or a mystery, or that's in the dark, or that's very taboo. and it's at a party, darling, and then everyone knows, and that's going to be very intense. Secret relationships also could be revealed or sudden shifts in a personal or collective lives. Taurus, again, is very clingy. It wants to hold on tight. It wants to hold on tight to the comfort, the beauty, and what is mine. And Pluto is coming and demanding to release it. And you know what? I'm going to be so intense with this. I'm going to take control, and I want you to release it too. Now, they're both fixed signs. So there is going to be a change here, and we're not happy with the change. Transformation is going to be what we need to value, because Pluto is a planet of transformation, redefining what's truly important over the material security, or maybe you want your personal freedom. Okay, collective realization. Realizing that beauty in the long term is better than this short term beauty. Okay, all these people. Pluto also represents transformers. Okay, people who are changing themselves aesthetically, people who are changing their gender. Pluto represents that as well, especially in the sign Aquarius. Okay, so you're talking about beauty standards that are dealing with the future. That can go wrong. Okay, transgender procedures or transgender relationships, that could be going wrong with this aspect because it's a negative aspect. Okay, again, I told you about finances. It could be bad with stocks. I would not be I don't know anything about stocks, but I wouldn't be doing it that day. Big sellouts or power play exposes cracks in the system. Surprise dips and forces when it comes to the finances, even crypto, because Aquarius represents that computer, our currency. Not crypto represents the future and technology and AI. Okay, crypto. Aquarius represents those things. So, and then you're talking about Taurus and Venus represents the finances and stocks and all that stuff. Okay, party events when Venus is squaring Pluto and it's retrograding. Pluto retrogrades a lot because it's a very deep planet, okay? But when you're talking about parties and socializing, again, something could be dealing with jealousy at a party or a partnership, or maybe there's a hidden rival there, or maybe there's intense conversations that were very secretive happening at this party. Maybe there's an art or beauty industry function or something with fashion, and there's some controversy when it comes to the industry as far as fashion. Could music is more Pisces, but if it's beautiful music, sure. Okay, now again, Venus and Taurus is representing the farm, the agriculture, so there could be something there that could be having a shift. I don't see earthquake with this, but we can throw that in there. Uranus is more, to me, expect the unexpected, so we'll talk about that a little bit later. Now, on the 11th of June. Now, I want to tell you, for the most part, that one at the beginning when Venus is in Taurus is juicy, and then towards the end, everything in between that is a little bit more lax, and it's things that we have to work a little bit harder for. Okay, for example, Venus in Taurus is going to sextile Mercury in Cancer. And sextile again is work that God put out the good weather. Are you going to take advantage? Okay. So Mercury is the planet of communication, ideas. It's in a lovely sign, Cancer. Okay. Cancer is so soft and nice and feminine. And now it has a positive aspect. So that means Uranus is pretty happy. Expect the unexpected, doing things different is pretty happy. So this can work out. Now there's positive conversations. There's conversations that's bringing harmony and balance. If you need to talk to your mom, if you need to talk to someone who was your protector, or talk to someone in your past, this is a great time to do it, because it's a harmonious day for conversations, for more peaceful, affectionate communication. Anything dealing with your emotions and your sensory pleasures is going to be comfort and cozy. Beautiful home. If you want to decorate your home, this is a great time to do it. Emotional intelligence too is positive with this, and practicality. Great for creativity and art. Earth and water connection is very positive with gardening, cooking, anything at home, anything creative. It blends a very beautiful and feeling kind of energy together. Okay. Now for the collective, there'll be a more calming, cooperative energy. Okay. Now, I didn't even tell you, Venus and Taurus, the most issues, okay, the most people who are going to dislike Venus being in Taurus is any of my Aquarius signs. You're going to be having some problems, okay? So if you have an Aquarius stallion, you're going to be feeling Venus and Taurus, and there's going to be some challenges coming your way. Any of my people who have planets and placements in Leo, you're going to be unhappy too. You're going to be like, there's challenges and tensions, okay? I have a Mercury in Leo. We'll see how this goes, okay? It'll be fine. But I'm just telling you, there's some challenge there, okay? And Leo represents being on stage. It represents the glamour. So it could be overspending and thinking that you're overspending, okay? Or thinking about you overspending. Well, actually overspending, okay? Now, Venus also is going to affect all my Scorpio signs. Those are the, there's going to be a tug of war with you guys. So again, like I have a Scorpio moon. So a tug of war with my emotions and my harmony, that could be a thing. And I'm just giving me as an example. But if you have any placements like Mercury in Scorpio, Venus in Scorpio, there could be an imbalance happening on your harmony. Okay. So just so you know, as a collective, who's going to affect also to all my Taurus, of course, is going to affect you. It could be affecting you in a positive way and in a negative way, especially as we hit all these planets here. Now, all these aspects. Now, on the 26th of June, another sextile here. Venus is very mild, is not causing any problem for us, okay, this year when it's in Taurus. Now, Venus in Taurus is going to sextile the North Node. That's something that we're supposed to proceed to achieve in this lifetime. And it's going to really be working well. It's going to be trying things that we need to release, things that we need to let go, things that we're very comfortable with and that we're too comfortable with. So we need to release those things, okay? So a karmic relationship theme is huge with this. Karma and relationships, karma and balancing, karma and our finances, okay? Venus, again, love, beauty, money, releasing old patterns when it comes to the South Node. So around overthinking, being perfect, being critical, being judgy of yourself, all that, especially when it comes to finances or relationships. Are you not really loving yourself and your self-worth, and opening up to more spiritual, compassionate connections, because that's what that Pisces energy represents in that North Node here. Also, too, it could be more internal because these planets are retrograding, and it's not planet, these celestial beings, and they're always retrograding because it's always working and cleaning out and clearing up, okay? Opportunities to heal collectively and integrate past lessons, ease in financial and relationship matters, support for creativity and artistic exploration. And again, Uranus is happy that day, okay? So that is great. Now, if we move on to the banger, okay, Venus is going to close off in a huge way. Venus in Taurus is going to conjunct at 29 degrees Uranus. Again, 29 degrees is a big degree. So we open it off at 29 degrees in Aries, and it's positive. It has 2 positive planets. If you want to go play the lottery that day, go ahead and do that. Now, Venus is now conjunct Uranus. Conjunctions are strong, okay? They could be either negative or positive or both, okay? So I'm going to just tell you this long list that I have here. This is July 4th, okay? This is, I don't want, it's not a firecracker, okay? Because in America, we have a lot of fireworks, but it is expected unexpected on things that we value. There could be a harmony or a disharmony happening here, okay? Relationship breakthroughs, a rebirth of love and friendship, excited news, are excited about a romance. Okay, you can meet a new lover and it's really unexpected. That's the positive side. Okay, lives and loves and is very open, able to tolerate relationships now because you find the equality, the liberty, the balance, the harmony. Okay, experimenting in relationship. This could be positive or negative. Having a modern, because Uranus brings the modern aspect, or a unique or an unusual relationship, and it's positive. You're actually like, you know what, this actually works. This is something different, and I'm very flexible. This actually works. Excited about a new partner. There's eccentric dressing. Okay, dressing very different, and maybe people are praising it and loving it. It works. Okay, or you maybe you just dress different that day. Okay, social life is fun and exciting. Restlessness when it comes to romance, it's like I cannot sit in this partnership anymore. Craving some sexual freedom as well, which prevents a deeper intimacy. Remember, I told you Venus is about our sensual pleasure. So intimacy is part of that, okay? And now you're like, I can't just be with you. I want to be with someone else. I feel boggled down. It's very much a disruption in relationships because Uranus represents that disruption. Triangle situations, you know, with the entanglement that Will Smith and Jada Pinkett have. This is giving that kind of energy, okay? Certain attractions with without substance. Disharmony when it comes to aesthetics. I said unpredictable unfaithful, reckless connections, deep disdain for all normal relationships, the unusual, the new, all of that is more appealing. Normalcy is not appealing. Whatever hasn't been in love. Okay, I don't know why I put that. Okay, inconsiderate in a partner or in a partnership. Uranus wants freedom and wants something new, wants something original, wants something modern, and wants something, yes, unusual. And now it's bored in a relationship. Venus wants love and taste and art. And you put those two together, then you're talking about shaking up their finances. You're talking about shaking up the relationship. You're talking about shaking up the art. You're talking about shaking up, tasting something different and unique. It's like, you know what? We always have hot dogs for lunch. Let's have something different and unique, okay? Creative breakthroughs, the end of the old, the birth of the new. What no longer is working in love and finances and self-worth will fall away, okay? Now it's at a 29 degree. This is why this is important. Venus will be at 29 degrees when it conjuncts this. So this is an urgency. This is a closeout. Something will happen pretty fast, okay? A karmic completion point, a major turning point is what is happening. This is why this is also very important. And we will be feeling this as a collective. Either we'll be watching from the sidelines being like, oh, the tea, okay? Or we could be experiencing it ourselves. You will be seeing some breakups with this because maybe we won't see it because if it's in some people's 12th house, but this will be the start of it if we don't see it. But if we do see it, no, it's this one, okay? And Venus is tiptoeing very closer to it as it gets to it. So July 4th may not be the day. It could be July 1st when we start seeing this tea, okay? So sudden news about farming practices, natural resources, and land ownership, a desire to reinvent what is being too safe, too boring, too repetitive, a push for being very authentic over security, even if it's uncomfortable. Love and beauty meets friendship, which meets freedom and originality. Again, art becomes more avant-garde and relationships become more experimental. I can't keep saying that enough, okay? So just keep looking out for the Will Smiths and the Jada. Values become more important about flexibility and something fresh. Sudden shifts in finances, okay? So expect some unexpected developments in our relationships and finances, okay? I don't like surprises. Taurus doesn't like surprises, but it's going to be some surprises with some finances, okay? Craving freedom, I already said that. The end of an era at 29 degrees. This is a sense of closure, final reckoning in our security, in our stability, in our ownership, in things that are very conservative and traditional. Get ready for that, okay? And Uranus is sitting here, and it's the ruler of Uranus. Uranus is at 29 degrees. Uranus alone being at 29 degrees. Everything that I discussed earlier about Uranus, like beauty in digital things or food when it comes to the future or things that we value in the future is going to be even stronger with this 29 degree themes. I should do a video on hurry up. Uranus is at 29 degrees. Look out for that video coming up. Now, the collective reading that I have here, I pulled some cards here for us as a collective when it comes to Venus in Taurus, okay? And the first card that I have here is such a Venus and Taurus thing. This is the 9 of Cups. This card speaks to emotional satisfaction, contentment, and the sweet joy of life's pleasures. He is usually sitting here like, everyone, look at all the stuff I have. Look at all the awards and achievements. Look at all this stuff. That is what this card normally represents. And Venus enters its home sign in Taurus. And so we are collectively called here with this card, because this is a collective reading, to celebrate all our wins, okay? To celebrate the things that we have, the things that we currently own, and be very fulfilled in the things that we own, okay? Indulge in simple pleasures like a great meal, a cozy blanket, really getting comfortable, cuddle time, or time with loved ones, okay? Let ourselves feel worthy of the comfort and beauty that's around us, loving our current home or our current apartment or our current car, our current tent, whatever it is. This is what this is giving. Also, too, this is make a wish. You see this card, go ahead and make a wish. Okay, now, also, too, we have the 7 of Pentacles, and this card is about true fulfillment comes from patience. This is what you plant, what you reap, you shall sow. That is what this card is usually someone planting in a garden and planting a seed and watering it every day and cultivating the soil and pulling up the weeds every day, because there's patience There's true fulfillment when you have patience and trend and tending to what matters the most. Okay. So as a collective, this is a slow and steady growth. Okay. Not rushing, but nourishing what is meaningful, reevaluating what's worthy of our energy, of our time, and of our love. Also investing in your time and your care. I like this card. It's what we think we need to flourish in, what we want to, in our garden water, what we whether it's our relationships, whether it's our creative work, whether it's our personal harmony, whether it's our own sense of security as well. Okay, so that is what we have for the collective. Now I'm going to do the horoscopes. Before I do the horoscopes, I am going to take a sip of water. And while I do that, here's a word from our sponsor. Hello there, my beautiful souls. I am Danielle Carmelita, your favorite tarot reader and astrologer. Are you ready to take your spiritual journey to the next level? Introducing Danielle's Astro Tarot Elite Club, your exclusive getaway to daily insights, cosmic guidance, and so much more for just $4.99 a month. As a member, you'll receive daily readings designed to align your day with the universe's energy. Start each day with clarity and confidence. Do you need a personal reading, or do you want to have your astrology chart read fully? With being a member, you also can enjoy exclusive discounts on all my offerings just for our elite members only. All for just $4.99 a month. That's less than. Okay, so now let's do our horoscopes. Okay, so everyone check your sun, moon, and rising, please. And let me change my background because I hate when I have the horoscopes and I have that background there. Okay, so we are going to start with our Aries. Also, too, I pre-picked the cards so I have time to reflect on them. And yeah, so you can get a little bit more tea with it, okay? So Aries, first of all, Venus is going to enter in Taurus, is going to enter your second house of finances, your self-worth. This is values. Everything that I mentioned, Aries, in a video is already, you're going to relate to this more than ever, okay? So Venus in Taurus is going to ground your finances, boost your self-confidence. You may be spending more than ever. Be careful of that, especially when it has this negative aspects, which is at the beginning, very intensely, but also too, I don't know if it's going to affect your personal planets as well. You're drawn to simpler pleasures and practical luxuries. June 9th, financial power struggles or transformation opportunities or very intense opportunities could arise. So watch for your money or any type of drama with your finances or anything that you value, or any type of breakthroughs. This is a lesson. There is a change happening here. July 4th, there is a sudden change in your income or maybe your sense of worth. Our surprise, a great surprise happening, what you value. Stay open to the unexpected, especially when it comes to financial opportunities. Now, for you, the card that I pulled was the Queen of Swords, and this is about boosting your self-worth when it comes to your mentality. Okay, it invites you to align your resources and with the truth, what is really happening, what you're truly thinking. The Queen of Swords has compassion, and it also speaks the truth. It also has knowledge. It's very logical, and it doesn't deal with illusions. So the Queen of Swords says to cut through any illusions about money and your self-worth and be clear and honest about what truly matters to you. This is a card that's also very giving when it comes to its words, when it comes to things that are being said. It's like writing a love letter to someone who they truly value. Okay, there's a lot of clear communication with this placement, so very positive for you. Yeah, I will see you guys next time. Bye. Okay, all my Tauruses, welcome. This is in your first house of identity, self-image, appearance. Venus is blessing you with your self-image, okay? Venus is a positive planet, so it's bringing some personal charm. It's bringing, people are going to naturally be attracted to you. You're going to be feeling more magnetic and ready to even maybe change your aesthetics or your style, but something that's very quality and long-term, okay? So June 9th, a deeper transformation around how you see yourself. There could be some intensity. There could be some haterations, okay? Some intensity, something that's very taboo when it comes to your aesthetics, power dynamics, and maybe in your relationships, and it could be influencing you yourself, okay? July 4th, there is a sudden insight or change in how you express yourself. Embrace new unexpected ways of shining out. You could be like, I really want to be unique today. I really want to dress differently today. Now, for you, I put the card, the Three of Pentacles, and Venus in your sign, Taurus, is about being magnetic presence and charm. This is a card of collaboration with others. So it is about yourself, but now you're going to be attracting others to you. They're going to be wanting to help you maybe with a vision or collaborate or learn from you, or you will be learning from them. Maybe when it comes to your balance and your harmony or your beauty, and it's going to shine brighter, and there's going to be a shared supportive energy when it comes to other people, maybe even younger people too. All right. I will see you next time. Bye. Okay, Gemini. Venus in Taurus is entering your 12th house, and this is your inner world. This is your subconscious. This is your where you retreat. This is about the house of solitude. Could be feeling a little bit lonely, but it's okay. It's retreating. It's learning to be to forgive. It's learning to love itself. It's learning about spirituality. Okay, Venus soothes your spirit in private ways. You're finding beauty in quiet time and spiritual nourishment. On the 9th of June, letting go of hidden fears or illusions. This is a transformation that could be happening and you don't like it. Or maybe there's something very intense far as like what you need to release or something with your subconscious. This also could be dealing with addictions as well. Okay. So be aware of that. And there could be some controlling aspects with that. July 4th, expect some unexpected spiritual elements happening to you, or something unexpected and different coming your way, far as like a relationship or a loved one, or maybe even unexpectedly loving yourself. Okay. Maybe there's some spiritual revelations that you're like surprised I didn't even know, or hidden desires could be bubbling up to the surface. Okay. Now for you, we have the Page of Pentacles for you. Okay. This is a earth sign, so it's very Taurus energy. Also, it is a message. So a message could be coming your way, far as your finances or your harmony or you being in solitude. But it invites you to nurture your spiritual side, plant new seeds about your inner peace. The page also invites you to have some new practices, some new routines, like maybe meditating, journaling, or working with your dreams can help you even find balance with beauty. This is someone who's starting the process of something. So you could be starting a new process when it comes to you and solitude, not loneliness, but solitude. Are you loving yourself? Are you forgiving and releasing something? All right. I will see you next time. Bye. Okay, Cancers. Venus in Taurus is going to enter your 11th house of community, friendships, and long-term goals. Venus brings harmony and pleasure in friendships and social groups. It's a great time for shared projects. This is also too being really attracted to technology. There could be something there happening for you. You got Uranus there, so you've probably been working with this new technology and really expanding some things with technology there. And this is the hopes and dreams also too. So really attracting things for your hopes and dreams. This is also about science and things that are very unique and eccentric also as well. So you might be attracting those things. Now, power dynamics on the 9th is going to be entering the discussion and entering the network, the club, the group setting. So watch for intense interactions. It's almost like someone from the group setting is trying to control you, or there's some intensity there. July 4th, surprise shakeups are fresh energy in your friendships or social circles. Could be happening. Yeah, get ready for that. It's expect unexpected or something very futuristic as well that could be happening. Now, for you, I pulled the Five of Wands. So it makes me think that this Venus in Taurus, there is going to be a change happening here. Okay. Venus brings sweetness to your social life, but the Five of Wands, it's a warning sign. It's like, watch out for any tension or maybe even a competitiveness from the group or from a friend or someone in that club that you have joined. Yeah, and maybe in even the group. It could be just any type of group that is happening that you're in. Okay, use your Venus charm though to charm your way out, or to find grounded energy, or to have harmony. But there is a competition here. Sometimes competition helps you grow. So take advantage of that. I will see you next time. Bye. Now, Pluto. Not Pluto. Hello, all my Leos. Venus is entered the 10th house and your career, public image, and achievements. You're going to be attracting a lot of positivity when it comes to your career and your public image. Venus graces your public image and career, and more magnetic and admired energy is going to be the spotlight for you. You're going to be thinking about long term. You're going to be thinking about perseverance. You're going to be thinking about stability. June 9th, the career power struggles are going to be having an issue. There could be some intensity, some jealousy, some obsession, some transformation happening, and you step into someone trying to really control you. Now, July 4th, you can expect some unexpected career shifts or sudden opportunities when it comes to you shining. It could be positive or negative, but it's definitely going to shake the core. Now, this is positive for you guys, right? I pulled the 9 of Pentacles for you guys. Look at this. This is someone who's sitting in all the luxurious and self-made energy, okay? So this Venus in Taurus is going to enhance your public reputation and your public image, okay? It's going to confirm that you are reaping the rewards of all your hard work. Let your confidence shine. You're meant to stand out and be recognized. This is self-made energy, meaning that you have to put in a work, and all of your work is going to serve you in the long run, okay? So put in a work. It's going to really work out for you, Leos. I will see you next time. Bye. Okay, Virgos, 9th house energy. Venus enters the 9th house of philosophy, learning, travel, publishing. Okay, even astrology is involved in this. Okay, Venus inspires you to explore beautiful ideas, spiritual and cultural growth. This is also like having some positivity when it comes to higher learning. On the 9th, there could be some power struggles or intense changes or transformation happening when it comes to your beliefs or travel plans. Not a disruption, even though you have Uranus already sitting there, but maybe there is something like some type of control and you're trying to do on your travel plans here. Okay, July 4th, there's sudden insights or new horizons calling your way. Embrace a shift in the perspective. There is going to be something very unexpected happening, maybe in your traveling on July 4th, or maybe even what you believe, your higher being, or something at school if you attend college. Now, for you guys, my Virgos, I pulled the Devil card here. And now this Venus in Taurus is saying that your pleasure and your deeper meaning and the greediness and the materialism and you trying to be the greatest of all time, you're overdoing it. You're overindulging, okay? And you need to limit this energy. Limit the shopping, okay? Also, too, you could be feeling stuck and you want to break free from the hold that's holding you back. Also, too, because we're talking about the house of philosophy and religion, it could be getting a little demonic. So don't attract that energy to you. Only attract love and God. None of that deep, dark energy, all right? All right, I'll see you next time. Bye. Okay, Libras. Venus is entering your 8th house of intimacy, shared resources, and transformation. So Venus being there is bringing positivity to the dark side. And when I say the dark side, I don't mean the devil, okay? When I say the dark side, I mean things that are very secretive or mysterious, or people think it's taboo, but it's actually not taboo for you, okay? Venus helps you deepen bonds and attract financial growth here, because also, too, this is 2 financial things. This is a house of shared income, inheritances, shared income, inheritance, taxes, debts that you owe. And now Venus is bringing positivity to that. So it brings up issues around power control as well. Now on the 9th, intense power dynamics are revelations and intimacy are financial partnerships. There's going to be an issue. Either your financial partner is going to be controlling, or the taxes are like you owe a lot of money. Something like that could be happening. Okay, just know that is a change and you are not happy with the change, but it is all positive, because God gives us things. God wouldn't give us things that we cannot handle, first of all. And then also on the 4th, expect some unexpected shifts. Okay, expect them because they're unexpected. Shifts in your intimate world, in your shared resources, with your finances, with things that are very taboo. Also, too, this is a house of intimacy and secrets. So maybe something unexpected is happening there, but stay open to change. Now, what we do have is a positive card for you. So we have the Ace of Wands, and Venus is going to bring some passion to your intimate life, connections to shared resources. This is God giving you a gift and giving you new opportunities of fire, passion, desire, creativity, fresh, exciting energy. And maybe it's going to spark some transformation into you, or some healing, because Venus in that 8th house is also psychological healing. So embrace it. Let your desires lead you to new depths. And yes, I will see you next time. Bye. Okay, Scorpios. Venus is entering your 7th house of partnerships, marriage, and collaborations. Venus sweetens your close partnerships. Okay, this even could be at work. This also could be dealing with law and justice, romantic or business partners. Your focus on harmony and beauty in relationships. Now, on the 9th, there could be a power dynamic with your partnership. Okay, this could be a business partner or someone you're working with or collaborating with, or even a love or a marriage. Okay, or transformation and lessons, and it's your one-on-one connection. Now, July 4th, there could be aha, sudden breakthroughs or shifts in your relationships, or even embrace some new dynamics. Now, I find a lot of times when the 7th house placements, sometimes it's not even affecting you. Sometimes it's more affecting your partner, especially if you're married or been living with this person or been working with this person for a long time. So this really could be bringing some luck to them, which also brings luck to you. Now, Taurus is, the card that I picked for Venus in Taurus is the tarot card is the 6 of Swords here. And Venus soothes your closest relationships in helping you. This is a transition here. So it's moving past conflicts or challenges. It's a time to sail to calmer waters. And when it deals with any type of partnership or deals with any type of harmony of self, this is the house of harmony as well, in aesthetics and trusting that healing power. I find that if you are dealing with some aesthetics, or if you're dealing with some emotions, or if you're dealing with partnerships, aesthetics, law, harmony. Now there is a transition happening for you, and you will see it in a positive way. All right. I will see you next time. Bye. Sagittarius, hello. Venus is entering your 6th house of health, daily routines, and service. You have Uranus there, okay? So either you've been dieting in a very different way, or you've been having some unexpected things happening with your body, okay? Now things are shifting. Uranus is at 29 degrees, so it's probably like, come on, you need to fix this health stuff. We got to give you these emergency things to help you understand your body, and you're probably having like injuries or stomach pains or headaches or whatever, somatic issues. And it's very unexpected. Okay. Now, Venus is entering the building, and Venus is going to bring a little bit more positivity to that. It's going to bring you pleasure and ease to your daily routines. It's a great time for self care, beauty, and your workplace. Now, Venus is positive. Okay. It's a benefic planet. Now, on the 9th, though, sometimes when Venus and Jupiter interacts with another planet, it doesn't necessarily mean that it's negative. Okay. So, but it could be a power struggle or deep changes when it comes to your work or your habits or your health, or even your pets as well. Just look out for that transformation. But this could be something that's very intense in a good way, because we are dealing with Venus. Now, July 4th, there is a sudden shift in your routines, or a sudden shift or something unexpected with your health. Not saying that you're going to die, but there's something that's like, hurry up, close it out. All right. We have the strength card here, and the strength card is saying that your daily grind and your daily habits and your health, you need to be strong. You need to be very strong. Okay. You have inner fortitude. You also need to practice self-love and compassion, and create a balance in your routines. Let pleasure and wellness be your guide. Okay. There's infinite possibilities when it comes to your career, or not when it comes to your career, when it comes to your health, when it comes to your daily habits. Also, too, the 6th house represents coworkers as well. But you need to practice some inner compassion. I'm trying to think what else with this. Yes. Just like, be loving, even though you're dealing with a beast. Okay. All right. I will see you next time. Bye. Okay. Capricorns. The 5th house is where Venus and Taurus is entering. And this is a house of creativity, romance. This is a house of your children and self-expression. Venus lights up playful energy. It's saying like, look, come on, let's have fun. Let's be creative. Let's do some hobbies. Let's pull out the cricket. Let's crochet. Let's have some romance too. Let's have a quick love partner. Our self-expression is going to come easily for you. Now, on the 9th, we have a power dynamic here, a transformation happening either with your romance or with your children. There's some intensity, or they're trying to control you. But this is going to happen, and it'll move on. All right. But it is a challenge. Venus is involved here, so it may not be a challenge. It may be positive, but there will be a transformation or something intense or something psychological happening. July 4th, there is a sudden breakthrough or a surprise development happening, maybe with your love, or maybe there's something unexpected, or maybe you're being really unique when it comes to your hobbies. Now, the card that I pull for you is the 7 of Swords. The 7 of Swords is a card of deception and Yeah, so it makes me think that when it comes to relationships or maybe even your self-expression, this is an energy of being honest with yourself. Like, avoid shady moves of self-sabotage. Being authentic is going to be the best thing for yourself, and it will help you be creative and enjoy the romance. Also, to watch if your kids are being a little shady and sneaky. Okay, I will see you next time. Bye. You love them, but watch out for them. Okay, Aquarius. Venus in Taurus is entering your fourth house of home, family, emotional foundation. Venus brings comfort and beauty into your home. This is a time of redecorating your home, connecting to your family, having some cozy spaces. Venus in Taurus is going to square Pluto in Aquarius June 9th. So there could be some intense family dynamics happening here, or some deep changes in your emotional world. You could be getting some therapy as well. July 4th, then expect some unexpected shifts in your home and your family, with your mom, and maybe even a surprise information when it comes to your ancestry. Embrace new ways of nesting too. There could be something unexpected happening in your home. Just be aware of that. But also too, you're dealing with aesthetics and relationships. So maybe it'll be very positive if you're decorating. Now we have for you the King of Cups. This makes me think is very positive, and it wants to bring comfort and beauty to your home life. And this confirms it here. Okay. There's emotional maturity and compassion. This is all about love and relationships. This is all about the mom too. And it's best tools for creating harmony at home. Very positive, and using your intuition, tapping your intuition, and being nurturing and compassionate with everyone who enters your home while Venus is in Taurus. All right. I will see you next time. Bye. Okay, my Pisces, Venus is entering your third house of communication, learning, neighborhood, your siblings, your community. All right, even your day-to-day travel. Venus is going to soothe the conversations. It's going to bring some harmony when you are driving in that traffic day to day. It's going to bring charm to your neighborhood and your siblings, and having some positive conversations and connections with them. Okay, June 9th, there is some power struggles or revelations on how you communicate and how you learn. On the 4th, there could be a sudden news or unexpected neighborhood event, or maybe something with your siblings, and it's like, surprise, and it's like, what? But you need to go with the flow. Now, speaking of going with the flow, the card that I pulled for you is the Tower card, and Venus is about, it's in Taurus in that communicative house. But the Tower card says there's sudden revelations or breakdowns happening, and this card is saying you have to go with the flow. This is not the energy to hold on tight to something. You need to release it. Now, when it says to communication, release the ego when it comes to things that you're saying. You don't have to have the last word. Let it go. Okay. It's how you connect with others. Let go of outdated ways of thinking. What emerges will be more beautiful and true than actually holding on to the stubbornness of the communication. All right. Yeah, almost like releasing, forgiving, and let go, but definitely let God. All right. So that is what we have for you guys with Venus and Taurus. I hope you guys enjoyed. I still haven't done a pick a card. I might be switching it up on how I do that for the season coming up in April, January, February, March, April, May, June, for June. All right. I have to do June pick a card. All right. I will see you guys next time. Bye.
Bye bye.